Hello, good day. Welcome to this tutorial. So today we are going to look at how to log in as a teacher and how the teacher's dashboard looks like. Okay? So that is what we are going to look at and how a teacher can manage his or her class and compute results and do other things. So that is what we are going to look at in this video. So this is the landing page where everyone lands once they try to access the system. So now we have admin login, we have teacher login, and we have student login. We've already seen this in the past. So as a teacher, I'm going to come under this particular section and I'm going to click on login as teacher. So I just clicked on login as teacher. It brought me to this particular page. So I'm going to enter the necessary login details. Okay, the username and the password. So I'm going to do that. So let me enter that. R R N 09 GT 87. So I've entered the username and password. So I'm going to click on login. So it has given me access. Okay. So this is it. Welcome, Omar Joseph. If you remember, we created this teacher. We added this teacher in the admin dashboard previously. We have 3 teachers in the school, and Omar Joseph is one of them. So I was able to log in using the credentials, the login details that the admin provided. Okay, so you can see it's also fetched the current session and the current term 2024-2025 first term. Okay, so if you come here, these are the things that a teacher can do. You have your classes and students, so you can see the teacher can mark attendance, the teacher can post assignments, view attendance, see the attendance summary, view timetable, that is his own timetable, post assignment, assignment submissions, his duty rosters, exam timetable, and you can then log out. So in this dashboard now, if you look closely, you will see that there is a class here which is basic 2. If you remember in one of our videos, probably the previous one, we assigned a class to a teacher, and that teacher is Omar Joseph. So we assigned Omar Joseph to basic 2. Okay, so in that basic 2, we only assigned 2 subjects for the sake of the demonstration. So we assigned civic education and Igbo language to basic 2. So as you can see, basic 2 has 2 students. If you remember, we assigned 2 students. We enrolled 2 students to basic 2. We enrolled Duru, Kelvin, and Oma Natasha. So we enrolled these 2 students to basic 2. Okay, that's why they are appearing here, because Umar Joseph is currently their form teacher, the teacher that is going to handle their results. I hope that is clear. Now, under this, you have this entire section where you have class basic 2, 2 students. Assuming you have up to 100 students, the system will also indicate 100 students. Okay. Now we have subjects. We just assign 2 subjects to the class, but assuming we assigned up to 11 subjects, all of them will appear here. We have two students, like I said, and they are all listed here, Duru and Uma. So let's say we just concluded exam and we will now want to compute the results. Okay, and in the system we have, in the educational system for schools, we have cumulative assessment, we have exam, we have the way to grade and all that. So I'm going to click on enter results for school, for class, sorry, enter results for class. So I'm going to click on it. Okay, so if I go back to dashboard, if I go back and I click on view results, back to dashboard, if I click on view class results, you can see that there's no result here because we haven't computed any results. So let's go back. So I'm going to click on enter results for class. So I'm going to click on it and it's still going to fetch the students John Kelvin Duru and Uma G Natasha. Okay, so now the subjects we have there are Igbo language and civic education. So we are going to now enter the details. As we listed more subjects, all of them will also call one after the other. Igbo language, civic education, then you now have more and more and more. Okay, but we only have two for this demonstration. Now let's enter the details. Okay, so we are starting with John Kelvin Duru. So assuming this is just something that we are using for this demonstration, assuming in his cumulative assessment he was able to get 33, that is test and assignments, everything put together, he got 33. We'll enter 33 here. And in the exam for Igbo language, we are under Igbo language section. And the exam we have, he got 57. Okay, then what will be the total? 33 plus 57, the total will be 90. Okay, what is the grade? A. He made an A. Okay, what is the likely remark? A is excellent. Excellent. Okay, so we are done with Igbo language for John. We now move on to civic education. So in civic education, assuming he got 25. Okay, then in exam, that is in cumulative assessment, he got 25. In exam, he got 67. The total 42. Let's make it 42. 42. The total will now be 67. What will be the grade? This is a B. It's not up to 70. B. What will be the remark? The remark should be something like very good. Very good. Okay. Now, what will be the overall total? Overall total will now be 90 plus 67, which will be, I believe it is 157. I don't know if I'm wrong. Now, we now move over to average. What is the average? The average there is 157 divided by the number of subjects. The average is something, I guess, 76.5. I don't know if I'm wrong. This is just for the purpose of this demonstration, okay? 76.5. Okay, 76.5, 76.5. So it's for the purpose of this demonstration. Position, we can't rank the position now because we are still entering data. Now let's move over to Natasha G. Oma. Natasha G. Uma. Now, assuming she got 37 in cumulative assessment, that is test plus assignments and every other thing, and in the exam she got 63, the total will be 100. Okay, then the grade definitely will be A. Then the mark will be excellent. Excellent. Okay, we are done with Igbo language for Natasha. Let's move over to. And one good thing about the system is you mustn't complete the entire thing. Assuming you're entering the results and you're tired, you can just save it. You come here and you say save results. Let me save it and show you. So it is saved now. So what do I do if I come back some other time? Okay, and I click on, assuming I left the dashboard, I left everything, I went out to get something. Whenever I come back and I click on enter results for class, it will continue from where I stopped. Okay, so that's one good thing about the system. You can even leave it for 2 days and come back, it will still remember where you stopped, and you can now continue from there. So let's continue. So we are done with Igbo language. Now we have civic education. Okay, for Natasha. So let us enter for Natasha civic education. Assuming she got 40. Okay, then in the exam she got 40 in cumulative assessment, and in the exam she got 57, and the total is will be 97, I believe so. Now what will be the grade? Definitely A. What will be the remark? Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now what will now be the overall total? The overall total, I believe, is 197. I don't know if I'm wrong. 197. And the average, the average is, sorry, well, you're seeing those videos because I saved the results. So it's automatically graded everything 0. So, but whenever you now come back, you delete the 0 and enter the actual amount. That is what I have been doing. Now, what will be the average? 96.5, I believe. 96.5. I'm just using this for the demonstration, okay? So we have position here. So the position and using the average, 96.5 is higher than 76.5. So this guy came first and this guy came second. Okay, so that is how to enter results. Okay, so I will now click on save results. So I have saved the results. It is now visible. So as you can see, Duru John, his details are here, the information is here, and he came second on that position. Then Oma Natasha came first. Okay, so that is how to enter results. That is how to compute results as a form teacher. So I believe this is very, very easy. So the form teacher logs in and the system identifies him, welcomes him with his name, identifies the current session and them, And these are other functions he can perform. We are going to look in depth, okay, in future videos on how a teacher can handle all these, okay. Now we have the class, which is basic 2, and we have the subjects, and we just looked at how to compute results by clicking on enter results for class, and we can also view the results, okay. So if there's any mistake, we can just click on edit. If we click on edit, assuming civic education was wrong or anything, we just come here, edit, and update results, and it will change. Okay, you can see that 29 has reflected here. It was 25 before, but we will change it to 29 or something. Yes. So that is how to compute results. Everything is flexible. If you make a mistake, you come back and correct it. It's just as simple as that. So I believe it is very clear and easy to do. Okay, so let's stop here.